Hello, everyone. My name is Moonshine, and I'm the host of today's AMA with Primex, another project here on GOLDDIGGERS. And Primex Finance is committed to creating an inclusive and innovative DeFi ecosystem. They tend to bridge the gap between traditional and decentralized finance, empowering users with tools like trading, lending, and farming. And in today's AMA, we are going to dive through these various utilities they intend to provide for investors and those who would like to explore these diverse tools they have to offer. So we have Vlad and Dimitri here with us from the team from Primex. So I don't know who would be speaking first, but with whoever is speaking first, you can just introduce yourself, and both of you can just introduce yourselves sequentially and walk us through the foundation and history of the project.
Yeah, great to be here. My name is Dimitri. I'm one of the co-founders. I'm leading business development at Primex. We also have Vlad here.
Hey everyone. Yeah, I'm Vlad, tech co-founder of Primex Finance, involved in product and development roadmap.
Nice. So can you walk us through the history and foundation of Primex, how you guys started the project and how you guys, founded the project?
Oh, sure. Yeah, I can start. We are in this space for quite some time. So we've been building different kinds of projects in the past. We've been involved in some layer one development. And we had some cryptography background, especially Vlad, in the past. And starting 2019, 2020, we've been following quite a few large DeFi projects in the space, and the idea of building a protocol where users can borrow lender liquidity in an under-collateralized way emerged, and that's how Primex started. So we started building it back in 2021, and since that time, we've been adding quite a lot of features to the protocol. We originally started with margin trading on top of existing decentralized exchanges like Uniswap, Balancer Curve, and a variety of others, and eventually merged into a leveraged yield farming protocol. So that's the story.
Yeah, having this tech background and product developing different solutions for our customers before in Web3 space, we accumulated this experience and started our own project.
So how many of you guys are the team, and what various sections are you guys specialized in the project? You get my question, Dimitri?
Not really. Yeah, if you can repeat, please do. Yeah.
These are in the team, and what areas are these different team members or advisors specialized in Primex ecosystem?
If I got the question right, regarding the Primex ecosystem, so we have a few different roles on Primex. We basically connect lenders with traders and yield farmers in a way that yield farmers and traders borrow from lenders to amplify their positions on chain. That's what we do. If I got the question correctly, or you were asking about the the team, yeah.
The team. I wanted to know how many of you guys are in Primex team, and what various sections are you guys specialized in, like the advisors, the marketing team. I just want to know how many in total are you guys in the Primex team?
Yeah, definitely. So there are around 15 people in total right now. We had a few more team members in the past. Different kinds of skills. From mathematics to cryptography. We also have some marketing guys, some BD guys. So but in total, I think it's around 15 people now. Yep.
Nice.
Yeah, it's blockchain development, AI, of course, UX design. Yeah, we speak about the product, and biz dev and marketing. That is the business part.
Okay, interesting. I just wanted to have that information. So now let's go into details about Primex. So the first question I want to ask is about the lending utility you guys tend to offer. So how does Primex Finance credit bucket system enhance risk management for lenders?
Yeah, I think I can answer this. So actually, the risk management system includes at least three components that are the use of oracles that we support because they're very important for the correct price. We need price feeds to understand if an asset is at risk or not. Then the network of keepers responsible for different actions on behalf of the protocol, including liquidations, of course. And the third, and maybe the most important thing, is our own statistical risk management framework that, depending on the previous price of a pair, yeah, and all the trading history, creates different initial parameters for a pair, including max leverage, different parameters like minimum, maximum position size. So yeah, all this together allow us to protect lenders' liquidity from a potential bad debt. And I think it's quite important to mention that the risk is separated between lenders, so they're not like liquidity providers in other protocols. Yeah, this is the reason why they're actually lenders and not liquidity providers. They're passively providing this liquidity, and all the potential profit of a trader or a farmer is not a loss of the lender. So it's a complete win-win between lenders and traders, while the profit is actually extracted from the whole market, because all the trades happen across different spot dexes that we are connected to. And yeah, and that's it. So lenders are protected using these components.
Nice. Thank you so much for that detailed information about that. So I also wanted to know, how is the interest calculated for these lenders, and how often is this interest added? Daily, monthly, weekly, or yearly?
Yeah, it's calculated in a model quite similar to existing protocols that implies the use of utilization ratio and the function of this yield as a function of utilization ratio. And more risky is a potential asset, the higher is the yield, and also the lower is the expected utilization ratio. Yeah, this is calculated on chain on pretty much every action that happens when either a lender or a trader interacts with the bucket, and all these smart contract actions they are updating actually the cumulative interest indexed across all the lenders of this bucket. That's it. And it's represented as a yearly percent, yeah, APY, but it is like calculated at each change, and for a lender it's possible to enter and exit pretty much at any moment. So yeah, they don't have to wait I don't know, a day, a month, or more for the regular liquid, let's say, lending feature that we have. We have additionally fixed-term deposits. That is a possibility to lend into specific buckets that we are prioritizing for a specific period. So with a commitment on a term that are either 3 or 6 months. In this case, additionally to the base interest, they are earning an incentive in our PMX token on top. Yeah. So in this case, they can exit according to the term, for example, in 3 months. But normally, lender liquidity is completely liquid, it's not locked, and yeah, they can enter and exit at any time, getting the corresponding, let's say, integrated cumulative interest during this period. Yeah, this is the implementation.
Interesting. Thank you so much for your answer. So the next part of what I wanted to know is how is Primex Finance planning to incorporate real world assets into its DeFi platform?
I think maybe Dmitry can answer the business part of this question, because we have different partnerships. Yeah, please do. I'll add maybe some tech details.
You mean
RWA, yeah.
RWAs in general? Okay. Yeah, so we're already integrated with some of them, because we see that, definitely we see RWAs as a growing sector. We expect that there will be more assets tokenized over the next few months, definitely. We are already integrated with some large projects like Paxos, Ondo, that provides, for example, Paxos is a gold issuer. And we also have Ondo that integrated with Ondo to essentially enable leverage on top of their yield-bearing token USDY. And we're also in talks with a few RWA issuers that are semi-permissioned or permissioned to essentially enable leverage for to essentially enable access for retail yield farmers. And we expect that a few more will integrate it within the next few months. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah, maybe I'll add some tech details. So actually, for WAs, the biggest opportunity here is to allow some of those RWAs that are that have limitations for an end user to hold them, to still access them, potentially without or with very minimal KYC, because when such an asset is ended with a leverage in our platform, it's not directly transferred to the user's wallet. Yeah, instead, it's some kind of let's say derivative that appears when someone is borrowing, let's say I don't know, USDC, and entering into yield farming RWA. I don't know, for example, USDY, or anything else that potentially either generates interest or if the trader expects it to go long. And then this asset cannot be directly transferred. So yeah, in this case, the doesn't need to pass through different limiting verifications. Instead, they can hold in such a way this position and then exit out of it after that with some potential interest. So this is the value, because some of our WAs, they are not freely traded in the decentralized world. Yeah, and we are now adding these capabilities. Yeah.
So now the next question is, are you guys planning to partner with any real world companies or organizations to foster the plans that you guys have in place, or you plan to just have partnerships with maybe projects in the crypto space that has similar goals like you guys have?
Yeah, definitely. So we have Primex Rewards program that is currently up and running, and we also recently announced another program and encourage everyone to participate. Stay tuned for more updates on our Twitter. There is another program that we just launched today, so feel free to take a look. And yes, we of course have some incentivized programs for lenders, traders, and yield farmers, and invite everyone to try out the protocol and provide us with feedback. That's always appreciated.
Nice. So about the traders, how does Primex Finance facilitate cross-chain margin trading, and we have a lot of trading utility projects. So how are you guys at a more competitive advantage to these other trading projects?
Yeah, actually, cross-chain isn't yet part of the existing deployed version of the protocol, but it's something we are working on now actively. And thanks to some great advancements of the cross-chain world that include, for example, intent-based cross-chain transfers, like that across platform, for example, and some cross-chain messaging protocols, it becomes now more cost effective and also time less time consuming to do such cross-chain transfers. And yeah, it's something that we are adding now to the next version, because what we really need in such a product like ours is the possibility for a lender, for example, use their liquidity from one chain and enter into liquidity pool, a bucket, as we call it, into another chain. Or a trader or a farmer use something as a collateral in one chain, but enter into a potentially higher into a strategy with a higher interest into another chain. And it's something that we are adding soon into the protocol. Yeah, because at last this becomes reasonable. Before it was not, because it was taking, let's say, 10 or 20 minutes for such a transfer, and also a lot of fees for the user. But yeah, fortunately, it's now more efficient. Yeah.
Interesting. And just a very quick side question. So using the Primex trading site, is it possible? Do you guys allow copy trading? Maybe I follow a very good trader and then I decide to copy his trade on mine to earn more rewards. Is that possible?
Actually, you're reading my mind and our roadmap. It's still not available, but yes, we are now working on some kind of signals that will either allow to copy trade one specific trader, or what's even a better thing, provide some kind of intelligence that is generating some signals to, for example, balance a portfolio, or indeed copy trade, or let's say copy farm, if we speak about farming specific actions, but with adjustable sizes, for example. It's an off-chain component because it needs some centralized solution, but yeah, it's a very important thing for those who are not yet ready to take the risk completely on their own. Yeah, and it will be also part of the scoring system, actually, because as soon as we deploy it, it will be possible to select across different traders based on their score which one they want to copy trade. Yeah.
Interesting. And something I just wanted to mention, I don't know if you guys have thought of it in my perspective, is these expert traders whom other beginner traders want to copy. They tend to want to monetize their trading signals by creating academies for these beginner traders to join and maybe pay some money just to learn how to trade and also get their signals. So how about Primex? Maybe when you guys have that feature, you create maybe like a platform or a lounge for them in an ecosystem where they can have their academy. If they have their academy and want to monetize it, then maybe they pay some percent or subscription back to Primex for these beginner traders to learn from them. I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, great idea, but yeah, it's still not on our roadmap, this kind of academy, just the tech, just the product part. This possibility to allow users to select others who show some provable profitability, and some part of the potential profit that such copy trade generates will be returned to the actual trader that is copied. It's part of the future economy, but academies are still not on our roadmap. But actually, thank you for this great idea. We'll think about it, but not yet on the list. Thank you.
I understand that it's still part of your roadmap. When you plan to have that copy trading style, you can then incorporate, because the world, I think globally, everyone wants to realize how much profit that in trading. And now maybe I'm Moonshine, I'm just a beginner trader and I really want to learn. So instead of going to a random academy that I may not even trust if they would give me the right signal, I know Primex and I've done my diligence research about Primex, and I know you guys have a platform of, those expert traders would have gone through some kind of KYC and all of that. So I'm sure that any academy I join from Primex would definitely be real and not scam. So I think it just gives a kind of leverage, and since it will be something that will just be done like a one kind of style, something rare, something that has not been done before, I think it's going to really make you guys stand out. So that aside, I think the next question I wanted to ask was about your yield farming strategies. What innovatives have you guys implemented? What offers does Primex Finance offer in terms of your yield farming strategies?
Speaking about the product. Dmitry, please.
Yeah, go ahead. All right. Yeah. So speaking about the yield farming strategies, indeed, we just concluded our mainnet beta. We became Oracle agnostic finally a few weeks ago. And we are now adding more and more assets for leveraged yield farming, meaning that it will be possible to use lender liquidity to access, for example, yield-bearing stable coins or ESPAC strategies. Recently, we also added DEXLP tokens that you can now farm with leverage as well. So we are a very flexible platform with really high leverage available for yield farmers. I would say that one of the highest, I think, on the market right now. And this way you can, as a yield farmer, you can access pretty high APYs across a few chains, and we are in this list. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
I'd like to add a bit. So speaking about farming, additionally to something that is more or less traditional in farming, like yield-bearing stable coins, also some staking, restaking assets. We also support a bit more exotic solutions that can also be leveraged, like, for example, LP tokens of a pool in a DEX. That, of course, is already quite a risky thing, but if used correctly, can generate some interest for this farmer. I mean, for example, a pool in a DEX like Curve, where two or more already yield-bearing assets are traded, or, for example, Ethereum and some staked Ethereum. Additionally, this LP token can be leveraged, and in this case, the farmer can capture the LP interest and the interest that is generated from the underlying yield-bearing token. But of course, it's very important to set the right levels of stop loss and also the size of the leverage, because if it's a pair that isn't neutral, the impermanent loss can significantly affect the situation. So it's more like a trading position in this case. But for neutral pairs, like a pool of, like in my example, of stable coins or different Ethereum derivatives, this can work pretty well because the price doesn't change significantly.
Thank you very much for your answer. Sorry, I kind of lagged back there. So thank you very much, Vlad, for and Dimitri for answering that question. I think the next question I wanted to ask, Vlad actually touched on it when you talk about the risks related questions that could arise in terms of yield farming. When you want to talk about the impermanent laws, vulnerabilities of smart contracts, and all of that. But since we are still on this topic, I think it is well asked about the security audit. So could you walk us through the audit, the companies you guys are audited with, the smart contracts, and the kind of security Primex have implemented in their ecosystem?
Yeah, definitely. We have. I will start. Vlad will say a bit more detail. So we are audited by Holborn, Quantstamp, and Resonance. A few big names actually, and it took us some time to audit everything because we definitely understand that security is very important for such a protocol like ours. We also have we're using a few monitoring solutions. I think Vlad can jump in here.
Yeah, definitely. So the question was not only who audited us, yeah, it was Quantstamp, Holborn, and Resonance, but also what they did find. Yeah, so fortunately, we didn't have something really critical vulnerability, but yeah, they helped us a lot to improve the general quality of the code with different commands. And also, I think one of the maybe most significant findings was some difference in the USDT token that has some a bit different from the general standard implementation of transfers. And yeah, there were some scenarios when such a transfer of USDT could fail in our protocol because we didn't process, I think, one of the errors in the right way. So this is something that one of the auditors could find. Also, they had some recommendations on the way how we should process information from oracles for stop losses and liquidations. Yeah, but fortunately, nothing critical. Yeah, we are very happy with all these three providers and continuing to re-audit all our changes, yeah, that we do, all the updates. And the constant monitoring solution that we have in place is Defender from OpenZeppelin that allows us to see if something critical was published as a transaction in our smart contracts to be able to process this in time. I think it's also important to mention here that we have a multi-level security management system. Yeah, what means there are different roles that can pose some capabilities in a protocol. For example, they can pose a bucket, what will stop use of liquidity from it, or they can, for example, delist an asset if it was, for example, hacked or anything like this. So yeah, we have all this in place, kind of management, multi-role management solution for the smart contracts that is quite useful. And the guardian role can be shared across our partners, for example, a liquidity provider that is providing liquidity in a specific bucket, so they can also have and share this security with us. Yeah.
I just want to say I really appreciate you guys' transparency because not many project owners would like to dive deep in details into all of these, believing that maybe it's not necessary for investors or the audience to hear such things. So I really appreciate you for the transparency, and it goes a long way to say how you guys are actually building your ecosystem, Primex. So I think another question, I think we should go to the use case of Primex token. So could you walk us through some of the use cases of Primex token and the benefits or incentives that await investors and holders of Primex token?
Definitely, yeah. The token it's purely utility token now, but it has a lot of utilities across the protocol. The token is used to pay fees. We are also going to introduce a few tiers for traders and yield farmers to essentially provide permanent discounts. The token is also used to repay the protocol's revenue that is collected from a few sources. We also reintroduced staking for the token, so feel free to check it out. And the token is widely used across a few Primex rewards campaigns that are parts of our Primex rewards program. So the token is also used for incentivization for farmers, traders, and pretty much all the users of the protocol as well. Speaking about, so there is also another interesting utility that is the incentivization for the keeper network, which is basically responsible for the liquidations and execution of all the limit orders and conditions on behalf of the protocol. So yeah, there is a few utilities, and we're also going to introduce to make it a governance token soon.
Yeah, so in the protocol itself, there are different utilities for it, like tiers that improve fees for different roles. And the immediately available staking solution that users can check on the user interface of the app is already in place and has some good yearly interest for now. Yeah, because it just started, and this is the reason why it's still for the early users generates quite a high interest, up to I think 100% yearly for the token.
Thank you so much for going through that. So for the governance aspect of it, what is the minimum amount individual holds to be? And do you guys already have the governance structure currently in place?
Yeah, there was some issue with the connection, but I got that the question is about governance. So yeah, currently we have everything prepared to actually start deploying governance. And this multi-role system that we have is an important part of this future governance. But as we just recently listed, we still don't have governance in place because the token isn't yet well distributed across the community. And of course, it's still a risk to allow the token holders, some big investors, to have some important control over the protocol. So we are, as any project, waiting for a higher distribution across the community to gradually deploy governance. But yeah, it will be in place through voting for different proposals. And the proposals they will execute with a system of time locks that we already have. Yeah. So currently we have this multi-role administration of the protocol with the delays for each action, depending on the type of the category of a change in the protocol. There are different waiting periods for such proposals to take action. And together with governance, it will be used to actually not allow something harmful for the project. Governance in the sense that everyone can now stake and vote for some changes. It's not deployed for security reasons. Yeah, it's the plan.
Thank you much for that. I really appreciate. So now for the staking, I believe the tokens are also used for the staking, correct? So as of the staking system and how staking rewards calculated.
The question is about staking. It's all I could get because there are still some interruptions, right? So yeah, indeed, staking is in place now. Actually, it's used to redistribute protocol revenue to those who support the protocol through staking. So it's not just enough to hold to buy the token, but to actually the system is quite similar to big projects like Frax or Curve in its logic and implementation. So staking is available based on weekly periods. I mean, the minimum amount is 1 week, and then it can be extended 2, 3, and more up to actually 4 years. And the interest is it has an additional multiplier for the period. Yeah, so the interest that is visible on the web interface is the base interest that is applied even for a 1 week period, but more the user stakes, more a higher this interest becomes, because there is a multiplier, yeah, for the time. We don't have tiers for the amount. Yeah, they are the interest doesn't depend on the amount they stake, but on the time. Yeah, and there are no minimum for the amount. By the way, now we have a great opportunity for those who wish to participate in staking. There is a raffle now happening that allows you to win at least one of the rewards that we have. It's an iPhone 16, AirPods, or a Ledger hardware wallet. If you buy and stake at least 1,000 PMX, and the more you stake, the higher is this probability. Yeah, some kind of like lottery tickets. For example, 2,000 PMX gives 2x higher probability. Yeah, it's an additional staking incentive that we have now.
Yeah, and we have the highest staking APY available right now, so feel free to check out as well.
Yeah, around 100% yearly. Yeah.
Interesting. I know my network is kind of bad. I don't this could be, but is it a bit clearer now? Can you hear me a bit better now?
We can hear you now. Yeah. Yeah, I think it doesn't depend on you. It's just the internet. Yeah, sometimes it's better, sometimes not. Yeah.
It's just kind of crazy.
Oh, no problem. Yeah, we still can get the main thing from your question.
Repeat some few things from the question I was asking. I'll just ask a few more questions, then we can just move over to the community, because I see a couple of questions in the comment section, and whoever wants to ask live and also signify by raising their hand. So could you just briefly walk us through the marketing plans you guys are going to make? And I think we already talked about partnerships. So you could also walk through your tokenomic structure if you have one, and then your roadmap.
Sorry if I got the question right. So speaking about the marketing, so we are definitely interested in expanding to more ecosystems. We have a few planned deployments on a few large networks, including Monad, for example, being one of next months. We're also collaborating with some media, like Cointelegraph, to explain how the protocol works to wider audience and tell a bit more about our upcoming roadmap. So yeah, quite a few things. We're also working on a new phase for our ambassador program, so feel free to check it out. We are going to post them soon on our Discord. Yeah, quite a few items.
Interesting. So I think I should just get some questions from the community. So let's see those who have asked some questions. Just give me a moment. Okay, this one says, how does Primex Finance facilitate non-custodial sports market trading across multiple DEX?
All right. I think the question is how Primex is basically non-custodial, right? So, Vlad, I think you can answer this.
Yeah. So, if I got it right here, so how actually it works that it's non-custodial trading across indexes. So we are a protocol that extends the capabilities of existing spot DEXs, that using this leverage that is provided by lenders to allow actually leverage trading for those assets that are simply available on DEXs for just a swap. And I think an important thing here is to see this potential not just as something that amplifies your capability with the leverage, but also a possibility to short something. Yeah, because shorting is either available through more sophisticated financial instruments like a derivative, or with such a leverage spot that we have, because when you want to short something, it's impossible to do just on a DEX. Yeah, you cannot sell something if you don't have it first. Yeah, but with our protocol, you can short simply by borrowing something that you think will go down and sell it for something that you think will go up. That's it. So, for example, if you want to short Ethereum, you can enter into, let's say, for example, at least 1.5x shorting position where you borrow Ethereum from a pool, from the lenders, and then you sell it for USDC. Yeah, and that's it. You are in a short position in Ethereum, but purely with spot. Yeah, and the capabilities that our protocol provides is this leverage trading for those assets that are still unavailable on centralized exchanges. And there are a lot of those who are only listed in the DeFi space, and also are not available in perp DEXs, because there the risk is too high for the LP provider for some of their assets, because there it's a zero-sum game, and everything that a trader potentially can earn is what an LP is losing. Yeah, in our case it's different, so we are still capable to list some new assets that are unavailable across other markets, including sexes and perp DEXs. This is the value that we have if we speak about trading purely, not farming. And it's not non-custodial, of course, because everything happens in the smart contracts with the user signing and every action. We don't hold any funds, either us or any intermediary. So yeah, it's of course a protocol, a DeFi protocol, so it's non-custodial.
So much for that. The next question here says, what measures are in place to ensure decentralized trade without relying on central or that?
Sorry, I think it was like completely muted. I couldn't get.
Okay, can you hear me now? Is it better now?
Yeah.
So it says, what measures are in place to ensure decentralized trade execution without relying on central limit order book. Okay,
Dmitry, maybe you can get the question and answer. Yeah, sorry.
Gary, let me try to send to you.
You mean how the decentralization is achieved, right? So that's, I mean, question about the protocol's architecture, from what I understood. Is that correct?
I could hear Dmitry quite well, so I can answer if it's the right question. Can you confirm, please? Hello, hello.
Hi, can you hear me now? Is it better now?
A bit, yeah. Let's try again. Yes. Can you hear me? Please repeat the question.
Hello?
Hello, hello.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, but
Yes, yes.
I think.
Yeah, I just had to leave to rejoin to see if it gets any better. So the next question here says, what measures are in place to ensure decentralized trade execution without relying on central limit order books?
Oh, okay. Yeah. I got the question now. Thank you. So yeah, we don't have an order book now. Yeah, and the liquidity that is used for trading is now directly used from the spot DEXs. So yeah, we simply use this already available infrastructure of all the spot DEXs, and we rolled across them. So yeah, when a trade happens, position is either open or closed. We using a router split across the best subset of available pools, sometimes going even through multiple hops of such an exchange. And finally, we get the best slippage for this trade. Yeah, that's it. And for this, we don't need any centralized liquidity, because it's a purely spot DEX market that we use. But we are going to also plug in the next version another kind of liquidity that becomes more and more popular, that is on-chain, but not an AMM-based liquidity. Actually, different intent-based solutions now appear that just provide this liquidity for someone to process some kind of, let's say, limit orders, from where we can also extract liquidity for our trades, something like, for example, cow swap, yeah, and similar solutions. So when we add those into the routing, it will become even better. Yeah, and that's it. And if we speak about even a more advanced and next future capabilities, we are also planning to introduce an on-chain order book that becomes possible on such fast and efficient chains like Monad, for example, where I think finally we'll be able to implement a real order book and not just something that is that artificially substitutes it like an AMM, because updating and maintaining such an order book finally becomes cost effective in new faster chains. So this is the plan for the next versions. But currently, yeah, we just use spot liquidity of multiple DEXs. Hopefully this answers the question. Yeah, and of course we don't have access to centralized liquidity that sometimes is much higher. But yeah, if we do it, it's not a decentralized and non-custodial protocol anymore. Because even if we use Binance API or anything similar, there is a moment when the liquidity is at risk. We sent it to the exchange, but still didn't get the other resulting assets. So yeah, in such a case, it's not a protocol, but a centralized solution. Currently, we don't have it in our architecture. Yeah.
Good job.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for the question. Thank you.
I think these are all the questions I'll be taking for today. So I'm going to wrap up the AMA now. Thank you all so much for sending in your questions. And
Thanks, everyone.
Have any say to the community?
Oh, thank you for having us. And yeah, we are. You're all welcome to follow our updates on our official Twitter and join our Discord. To be able to communicate with our team. Thank you for having us.
Thank you for the participants. Have a good day.